Sheffield City Council and South Yorkshire Passenger Transport Executive are working hard to improve travel for everyone along Ecclesall Road. Last year we introduced the Ecclesall Road Smart Route and asked you for your views. Over 450 people sent in their views on the Smart Route and how travel could be improved. You told us that your highest priorities for Ecclesall Road are to reduce congestion and improve traffic flow, to make Ecclesall Road safer for everyone, to improve road and pavement surfaces along the route, and to improve public transport. The top 5 locations people said needed improvement are Hunters Bar, Huntington Tower Road to Carter Nowell Road, Moore Street Roundabout, Rustlings Road to Greystones Road, and the junction of Bents Road with Ecclesall Road South. Over the past year, we have been using this feedback to help us develop plans to improve travel at these locations. This DigiBrief will give you information about the work that we have completed, the work we plan to do next, our proposals subject to further funding, and what we are unable to do. We now want local residents, businesses and people who travel along the corridor to view the proposed improvements before further work on the route can begin. Following feedback from the initial consultation, we widened Ecclesall Road at Network Q to allow traffic to pass through the area quickly. We have also resurfaced the road and placed new streetlights along Ecclesall Road between Hunters Bar and Summerfield Street as part of planned maintenance and safety work. As part of the works to build the new Marks & Spencer store, the road will also be resurfaced outside the store. Along Ecclesall Road, we are introducing parking changes that will allow traffic from Hunters Bar to continue without disrupting the flow of traffic. At Moore Street Roundabout, we have widened the lanes at Hanover Way so that cars looking to get onto the roundabout can do so in an easier way. This is in response to the feedback from the consultation where several respondents said that the approaches to the roundabout were hard to navigate. Work will continue at Moore Street Roundabout in early 2011 as we widen the approach from Charter Row. This too is in response to feedback from the earlier consultation and would help to reduce queues and improve the flow of traffic for all vehicles. At the end of Ecclesall Road, we have also been looking at how we can allow buses to get into the right-hand lane to continue their journeys without greatly disrupting the general flow of traffic. To do this, we propose to extend the inbound bus lanes so that it ends at the part-time signals. These signals would be upgraded so that they can allow buses to get into the right lane without disrupting all other traffic too much. You can see how once the signals detect a bus approaching, they allow it to pass through safely without greatly disrupting the flow of traffic. Buses can then easily move into the correct lane and continue their journey, leaving space for other vehicles. This change would help to reduce disruption for vehicles on the approach to the roundabout, as well as improve the reliability and punctuality of public transport. Feedback to the consultation also highlighted that turning into Collegiate Crescent from Ecclesall Road could be difficult when 2 buses arrive together at the stop nearby. We will be moving the stop towards the city centre on Ecclesall Road and increase the length of the outbound right turn lane so that it is easier for traffic to turn into Collegiate Crescent. A new Marks & Spencer's Simply Food store is being developed at the old Evans Howshaw car dealer site. To serve this store, a new Pelican crossing will be built outside the store. There will also be a loss of around 20 parking spaces outside the store, but the new Marks & Spencer store will provide 65 parking spaces for those visiting the store or the local area. These changes have been developed separately as part of the planning permission for the store. Further along Ecclesall Road at Knoll Lane, we will put a new bus shelter on the larger island near the curb. This shelter will allow people to see approaching buses much easier and allow a level access onto buses. The original shelter at Knoll Lane is one of the many historical buildings along the route. Working with the local area assembly, we plan to invest a small amount of money to improve its overall appearance. As part of the improvements along Ecclesall Road, we will make sure that bus stops are accessible for all. Each bus stop will have tactile paving, that's paving with bumps on, and raised curbs along with bus stop clearways to make sure that the bus can pull right up to the curb. Where there isn't currently a shelter, we will install one to make waiting for the bus more attractive, particularly in bad weather. All traffic signals and pedestrian crossings along Ecclesall Road would be upgraded with bus detection technology. This will improve the reliability, punctuality, and journey times of all buses running along the route. As you'll be aware, the government recently carried out a spending review, and we have since reviewed all of our planned improvements. Ecclesall Road remains a priority to Sheffield City Council and South Yorkshire Passenger Transport Executive. And if we gained further funding, we would like to carry out the following proposed improvements. We have been looking at Hunter's Bar to see how we can improve the way the junction works for everyone, whilst maintaining the pleasant look of the roundabout and preserving its important heritage. We have been careful to make sure that any improvements here do not lead to congestion problems elsewhere. Hunter's Bar was the location along Ecclesall Road most respondents thought needed to be improved. This animation shows how Hunter's Bar roundabout works at present using information from traffic counts. The roundabout has been a focal point for Ecclesall Road and a gateway into Sheffield for over 100 years, and our proposals will not affect this. To allow for smoother travel, we first propose to remove the inbound bus lane at the approach to the roundabout, to allow more people to use the inside lane on the approaches to the roundabout. Also, we would remove the outbound bus lane between the roundabout and Rustlings Road, so that vehicles do not have to quickly merge into one lane. We would also like to improve travel around the roundabout by making the lanes of the roundabout wider and upgrading the signals. As you can see, this will help traffic on all approaches to move around the roundabout. Finally, our proposals at Hunter's Bar include upgrading the pedestrian crossings at the roundabout. We are also looking at moving the crossing slightly so that traffic is less likely to queue back onto the roundabout. So that our proposals at Hunter's Bar can have the maximum benefit, we also propose to make changes where Ecclesall Road meets Salter Lane. Traffic here can queue and disrupt the flow of traffic. We propose to reduce the length of the outbound bus lane to provide a longer two-lane approach to the traffic lights at the junction with Salter Lane. On the opposite side of Ecclesall Road, moving the bus stop slightly inbound would allow traffic to flow much more freely. Any changes made in this area are delivered alongside the new development at Gilders. Rustlings Road was the fourth most cited location for improvement along Ecclesall Road. We would like to widen Ecclesall Road here to allow for a smoother flow of traffic past parked vehicles on Ecclesall Road. A number of people along Ecclesall Road said that travel could be improved along the road where it meets Gisborne Road and where it meets Ringinglow Road. Traffic can queue at these junctions as vehicles wait to turn right. We would like to make the outside lanes right turn only so that only ongoing traffic could continue on the inside lane. Similarly, we would also like to make the outside lane at Greystones Road right turn only so traffic can continue from the city centre. We could also move the bus stop to the opposite side of the junction, meaning traffic travelling inbound can easily pass vehicles turning right into Summerfield. Consultation at Bents Green showed that whilst the majority of respondents were in favour of widening the junction where Bents Road meets Ecclesall Road South, many felt that traffic signals were also needed. We would like to introduce signals here to manage the flow of traffic whilst continuing to give priority to traffic travelling along Ecclesall Road. We would also look to introduce improvements that were consulted on earlier in the year. A number of responses from the initial consultation highlighted the junction where Ecclesall Road South meets Salter Lane. We are unable to improve the right turn onto Ecclesall Road South from Brincliffe Edge Road or Gisborne Road, as this would increase congestion along the road in the local residential area. We have also looked at comments that suggested mini roundabouts at these junctions, but these would also affect congestion along Ecclesall Road. This short film has shown you what has been completed along Ecclesall Road, what is planned to be completed, what we would propose to do if we gained further funding, and what we are unable to do. By sharing your views on our proposals to improve travel along Ecclesall Road, you can help to shape the changes on this busy route. Your views are important. whether you live along the road or run a business, or travel on foot, by bike, by bus, or by car. You can get involved by completing the online response form at www.smartroutes.co.uk/Ecclesall Road, or by picking up a leaflet from our network of community access points, local shops and businesses along the route. You can find a list of these on our website. Or by emailing ecclesallroad@smartroutes.co.uk, or by calling the Smart Routes information line on 0845 303 0343. All of the views received during this consultation will be considered by Sheffield City Council and South Yorkshire Passenger Transport Executive as plans for improvement are finalised. Thank you for watching. Your views will help to make the Smart Route as successful as possible.